Okay. Hi, morning. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. So I'm gonna have to start with the obvious question. Have we got any signing news? Any updates?
No, basically, is the answer, but not because to the lack of trying or commitment from us, and I hopefully will know more after training. So I had a couple of conversations this morning, but nothing definitive as of yet.
Okay. Yeah, you did seem to give us a bit that same answer on Saturday, so I'm not
Sorry.
surprised. So
Yeah, I apologise. If I had something different to tell you, I promise
yeah,
I'll tell you.
absolutely. So speaking of Saturday, you seem quite happy after the game. You still happy with that performance?
Yeah, it was great character, great grit, determination, togetherness, all these buzzwords that us coaches use. It was obvious we need some help in particular areas, as we've discussed this morning. But I think it was a really positive point, a clean sheet away from home, really good opposition, tough place to go in terms of what the fans bring to the game as well. So yeah, we're really happy, but obviously quite evident what we need to make 1.3 points.
So we'll move on to tomorrow. Is there any news on Scully? Is he feeling better?
Yeah, I think, so we train later on a Monday for a multitude of reasons. So there's a couple of people to be assessed, Anthony being one of them, where he should be fit to train. Yeah.
Okay. Any other injury news updates for us?
Again, apologies because you've got me, unfortunately, before we've started
Yeah.
our assessments and stuff like that. The lads are in there. There are a couple of people that are being assessed. We do have a couple of people back that will be lower compromised. But if we did this in a half an hour, then I had a little bit more information for you. But yeah, we will have a few people back for sure. Again, load compromised players, but we got a couple that we're looking to see where they're at. So hopefully they'll be okay.
Okay, perfect. And the final question on individual players. There's been some talk about Danny Mandrew. When will we see him?
So Danny starts training today. So he's in
Okay.
full training today. But obviously he's been out for I think about 5 weeks. So he'll need a minimum 7 days training before we'll consider him for a match day. Unless the sports science department tell me different in terms of at the end of the week. But he's been out for a considerable bit. The good thing about Danny is he was mid-season anyway, so he's not like a player who's missed the whole of pre-season. He has that behind him, which is really important, but he's back in full training today.
Okay, great. So yeah, onto the game in itself. So how do you weigh up importance between league and cup? How important do you see Carabao Cup?
Obviously, I'll be careful how I say this, so please focus on the second part. I mean, the league's the league. The league's the priority. There's no getting away from that, whether you're Lincoln or Man City. But the cup's really important to us. We take it seriously. We don't look at it as an interference or a bump in the road in terms of what we're trying to do. It's a big competition. It's something we value and respect very highly, and we'll put a team out that shows that as well. We're absolutely looking to win the game. We want to go as far as we can in cup competitions. When we're doing this interview in a beautiful training ground, that got financed by a great cup run. So it is a really important thing. We recognise the importance of it, and we will absolutely give the competition the maximum amount of respect.
And obviously you weren't here, but Doncaster were league opponents last season. What have those that were here told you about them?
Haven't gone into that too much. All we've done is focused on what we do on all our game plan and in looking at team previous games, recent games, style of play, threats, weaknesses, where we feel, all the usual stuff that any coach will tell you about. So we've done all our due diligence. We'll go out and exercise that today. So we've obviously only got 1 day to prepare for it. So in fact, before I got on this Zoom to yourself, that's exactly what we were doing. So look, it'd be a tough game, good team, good manager, lovely stadium. But we'll treat the game tomorrow like we treated the Portsmouth game with the utmost respect and importance.
And so speaking of Doncaster, they made quite a remarkable comeback at the weekend. They were 1-0 down at 91 minutes and 2-0 up by 94. How do you think psychologically the two teams are going to differ going into the game?
Well, look, I can't speak for them. I don't know the characters. I don't know the players, so I can't comment on that. Outside looking in, it says a lot about the character and the togetherness of the team, but it's impossible for me to speak about people I don't know. So I can't answer that question. But again, I will look at it from an intelligent point of view. Of it says a lot about the determination, togetherness. They never give up. They'll fight till the end. They don't know where to be. These are all things that would suggest from that performance. But again, we will treat them like like we're playing Manchester City tomorrow. We'll do our preparations. We'll do it 100% to the best of our ability, irrespective of who we're playing or what the competition is.
So looking away from Doncaster mentality to Lincoln's mentality, how are the players feeling, do you think, after the draw on Saturday?
Yeah, we're very, very, very positive. It's not just about Saturday. It's the off-season program that the lads have done. It's the program they've had since they've come back. The implementation of the things we're trying to do in training. So I don't judge our players or our group over one game or one performance. If we win 3-0 or lose 3-0, I don't get sidetracked by results. It's about seeing things that we're doing going forward, what they look like every day and over a sustained period of time. And we're really positive from what we're seeing.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Beth. Sam, any follow-ups?
Yeah, just one or two from me. You said after you reassured fans after the Portsmouth game that the goals were coming. Is there anything that you've worked on in particular in recent weeks to sort of rectify that issue, as it were?
Sorry, Sam, I didn't hear that. Can you say that again?
You said after the Portsmouth game that the goals will come, sort of reassuring fans after the goalless draw. Is there anything that you've worked on in particular in recent weeks to sort of rectify that issue, as it were?
Yeah, it's called recruitment. So once we get that sorted, I'll be able to answer that question better.
Yeah, and how do you think the first two games have gone?
Really happy, very positive. Seen lots and lots of pluses, seen lots of implementation of what we're trying to do. Seen lots of things out of possession in particular that we're really happy with. You obviously want to win your home games, but showed a lot of character coming back from a goal down. Nervy start to begin with. Walked away with a point. You always start a game with a point. I always say to players, you should walk, you've got to, when the referee blows the whistle on a match day, you've got 1 point. So try and walk away with a minimum of a point. I thought that was positive. I thought the performance and result on Saturday was positive, clean sheet as well. So yeah, look, we're happy where we are. We're not, we have an understanding of where we are and where we need to get to. We're quite clear on that. We're talking about the same things most days, to be honest. So, but I keep saying Rome wasn't built in a day, and there's still a few weeks to go in the transfer window. So, I'm very, very calm about it.
And obviously you are placing some importance on this cup game, but is it a chance to try some different rotations, different sort of setups or things like that?
We will pick a team that we feel is the best team to win the game.
Okay, and do you feel the squad as a whole is buying into what you want them to do as manager?
Absolutely, 1,000,000%.
Okay, thank you.
Pleasure. Have a nice day.
Thanks, Sam. And then just Christian, finally, any final questions?
Yeah, just one, please. I don't know if you saw, but Danny Cowley said that the Lincoln side that played on Saturday looked a lot more resilient and a lot fitter. Is that something that you've really tried to implement during this season?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. And I take that as a compliment for Danny, but what I'm not in a position to do is to talk about previous staff and players. It's not my place. So I won't talk about the past. I can only talk about now. I'm a huge believer in being an aggressive, high pressing coach. For that, you need legs and energy. We've got a new performance team from the sports science department and medical. Again, that was heavily geared around what we're trying to do and what we're looking at. So I think that has been evident in all our pre-season games. And on Saturday, that was evident. I thought it was evident against Exeter. So yeah, but I would like to think all coaches would think that way. I appreciate different styles give different things. 5-3-2 could be a counter-attacking team, a mid-block team, but And there will be a specific time in the game and pressing lines where you still have to show the ability to do that, the desire to do that, have the legs to do that. So it's definitely something we have focused on, yes.